Alright, so we're gonna walk down here actually to one of my neighbors. So I do work for him for the movie studio, so I run underneath his name. He's actually employed by the movie studios, and then I do work for him. Basically, he subs it down to me. So we recently did a van that you might recognize. It's in one of the major movies, and he hit me up the other day. We actually did two of them a while back, but he hit me up the other day and he's like, hey, you should drive this thing to the movies to actually see the movie that the van's in. And I was like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Problem is I don't have time. So I figured that while it's down here, because he actually has it back in his possession for a little while, that while it was down here, I'd go ahead and actually just show it to y'all and let you know the backstory on like what we did with it. So let's go check this thing out. Alright, so here is the two vans. So these vans were actually in the movie Black Phone, if y'all have seen that recently. And what we did was we actually painted these things. So Chris come in here and put this divider in there from the back, and then we went in the back and we just painted it all out. We painted all of the interior in here, all of the roof, the pillars, pretty much everything. But you can see in areas like that, you see how it's still like white and splotchy. And then you can see, let's see here, over there, how it's all like splotchy. We didn't get it all. So basically with movie stuff, you just get it good enough. You know, we got all up inside these jams. That way we got the doors. I mean, we blasted everything, but you can see right here how bad it is. I'd love to show y'all on the channel one of these jobs. It's just we haven't had any more movie studio work. So we come in here with really cheap paint. This was like some tractor paint. And we literally just blasted these whole vans down. Didn't even really scuff them. And I mean, you can see areas like on the back, and then they lettered them up. But you can see areas on the back where like paint's already not even lasted a couple months. You know, like it's already flaking all off. And all it did was it just needed to get through the filming. So it's all coming off there, busted up, coming off there. I mean, we did absolutely nothing to this. Tinted the back windows, and inside the back of the van, we actually painted the whole inside, but we literally just blasted it. So this back door is not wanting to work. I think it's because it's so hot. So I'm gonna stick y'all in here. But we come in here and literally just blasted out the whole inside with the paint gun. Didn't mask anything up, and we literally just used some nasty cheap paint. I mean, dude, I painted the ceilings. I painted over the dome light. Like there's the dome light. Like all that got painted over. The seat belts have paint all over them. All these seat belts have paint blasted all over them. You can see down here where it's all over the plastic. I mean, literally you barely tape anything, and you just freaking bomb everything, man. I love this work. So it pays really good for what it is, but it's a lot of people can't handle it because there's no, like, you don't prep these. You're not supposed to prep them at all. Like the movie studios don't want to put a lot of money in. So you literally just come in here and just, I mean, the armrest, we blasted paint all over it. You can see down there where it used to be white, right up in there. It's hard to see, but I mean, we just put a little bit of tape over this to keep like the chrome. And yeah, you just, basically they just want it for in the background for it to look a certain way. And that's it. Probably need to lock this back for Chris. He got everything locked up. It's already locked. So then we actually had to do two. So we did a double. So pretty much a lot of the stuff that we did for them, we did an extra one just in case they needed a double. And the interior up front is all different. But like you can see over there, how we did not get that right there. We stopped, you know. But back in the back, again, was just completely blasted with paint everywhere. So over the wood, I mean, the whole 9 yards, it's all over the chrome. So you definitely don't want to buy movie vehicles from auctions because you don't know how, I mean, the work is always going to be super shoddy because they don't want to put a ton of money in it. And you can see that right there, how they like crashed into something probably on set, or maybe Chris hit it in a parking lot. There's no telling. But yeah, I just figured I'd show y'all these real fast because these are the actual vans from the movie The Black Phone. And you can see where it used to have the lettering on it, and then he's took it off for whatever reason. But before he gets rid of these, because he keeps these vehicles around for so long while the movie studios while it's in the making, and in case they want to put it at like a premiere or anything. And then as soon as they're done with it, he pretty much just gets rid of them. So I figured I would just show you all that real fast today before they end up gone. He's got that one, which was in another movie that he did up. Here's another one that is probably going to be in a movie or was in a movie. I do know that he bought this one for an actual movie, and then he wrapped it. All of this is vinyl wrap all over it, and it's just been sitting here. I can't remember what movie this one was in, but all of these are movie cars, sadly. Some of these are nicer than others, but some of them are really hacked up. I know we've hacked up a few ourselves that were pretty nice cars, and we hacked them up literally just for the sake of the movies. And I wish I was doing YouTube at that time, because I would have showed y'all how bad we treat these cars, but I wasn't doing YouTube back then. So the next time that we do destroy an antique and destroy a nice car for the sake of Hollywood, you can see this one right here has definitely had a lot of body filler and just blasted. Next time we destroy one for the sake of Hollywood, I'll definitely show y'all. This is the one I did destroy, this car. So this car was pretty decent. It was a pretty good car overall. And when he got it in, and then they needed the color slightly changed, I think it was, or it freshened up or something. So I actually did a very early rough video that I stole off my Facebook. I uploaded it. So going over how these jobs pay like $200 an hour to do, but how shoddy the work is and how terrible the work is. I mean, like, we didn't remove any emblems, so you can see the paint all over him. What I do is I face tape them, roughly cut them out, and then leave the tape across the face and then just blast it, because on the screen from this distance right here, you don't really see none of that. And all the trim was taped. I mean, just everything was taped, like nothing was taken off hardly at all. So real fast work. A lot of times they want these things turned around in like 24 hours or less. And to make money doing work for Hollywood, you have to turn and burn stuff really quick. So yeah, like here's another one of walking back. So they got this one over here that I'm sure was in the movies. Man, I'm telling y'all, I wish that I was doing the movie work whenever we were doing all these, because we were doing some crazy stuff. Like, we were really jacking some nice cars up just so that we could make the movie studios happy and change the color. So even this little Chevy Spark up here, actually, let me show you this. We've already sold one. So Chris bought them. We did the color change to them with some single stage paint. And then when the movie studios was done with them, he actually sold them back. He sold one to us. Here's the second, so we did two of them. So it was a stunt, like a stunt car, a double. But this is the second one. I actually just shot him a text because he had offered his car back to me and asked if I wanted to buy it. And the first one that we bought, we flipped and sold it. And so then this one, he was like, do you want to buy that one too? And I had told him a while back, I was like, yeah. And then I just walked over here, and so I just shot him a text again. I was like, dude, you never let me know how much you wanted for that second Spark, because they got clean titles. They've just been used in movies, so there's nothing wrong with them. So we might be selling that one. Hopefully he can sell it off to me for cheap. But I figured I would just walk down here, today while it's not raining, and he's here and was available, and show y'all that van. So if you've watched the movie Black Phone, you'll probably recognize it. They changed the decals on them for different scenes. They'll like put certain decals on for one scene, and then they will take a decal off for another scene, vice versa, flip it all around, whatever they need. So they always have two in case one gets damaged or one gets messed up. So a lot of times they do two. We also did a Porsche. So we did a Porsche that he went and bought the Porsche, and we put tractor paint over it, garbage, single stage tractor paint. They pulled the transmission motor out and everything, and they sunk that thing in a tank of water to do an underwater scene. So that was pretty interesting to do that project. But yeah, like I said, hopefully we could do some more. Right now he said they're just doing a lot of filming in Atlanta and not a ton down here in Wilmington. So there's nothing to bring or nothing to show y'all right now. But as soon as we do more in the future, I'm going to definitely take y'all into the world of painting for Hollywood, painting for the movie studios here in Wilmington, North Carolina, and you know how that's done, because it's a whole nother interesting world. My contact information is in the description below, email address, all that good stuff. So if anybody wants to contact me about movie studio work, you can, for painting, whatever you might need, fab work, the whole 9 yards. So just let me know. But besides that, y'all, as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And thanks, y'all. And I'll catch you in the next one.